Our worries is that actually there is continuous trend of producing laws, policies and plans which do not result in any positive achievements toward improving the health status of marginalized population and also exercising the health rights of the population. Actually, health rights of the marginalized groups are largely affected by the frequent health reforms happening in our country. I would like to illustrate this with the new law on healthcare that was adopted in 2012, and that law actually terminated the 20 years long validity of the old law, and now actually this law was adopted with in very short procedure, with only one public hearing and without a broader public consultation. On the other hand, the level of awareness among the general practitioners actually and all healthcare providers regarding their obligations within the healthcare settings are on very unsatisfactory level, and also the patients are not aware of their patient rights. Also, as regarding the mechanisms for protection of health rights and patient rights, we can say that they are poorly developed and utilized by the citizens. I will follow with the biggest concern, which is related to the health status of Roma. Despite the accepted recommendation number 41 for urgent implementation of Roma Strategy 2005-2015 and National Action Plan for Health, still governmental mid-term report does not reflect any positive achievements towards the implementation of this strategic goal. Neither this report reflects on budget allocation, which is actually aimed for this purpose. Roma in Macedonia are facing unfavorable socio-economic and living condition, which is accompanied with the barriers to the healthcare services, and that contribute to the poor health status of Roma population, despite the status that have by majority of population, the other people. In addition, this poor health status of Roma results also from non-implementation of the above-mentioned strategy. Also, Roma mothers and children are insufficiently provided with preventive health care, including immunization, their health education, and visits by the community nurse service. The coverage of Roma children aged from 0 to 6 for different vaccines accounts from 20% to 90%, which is far below from the national average of 95%. Adopted activities that were aimed for improvement of mothers and children's health in Roma communities are significantly reduced and are not properly implemented. As regarding the situation with reproductive health, gynecological clinics in small urban areas do not exist, especially in the Roma communities, and there is inadequate coverage of Roma with antenatal health care. Still, many Roma facing problem in acquiring the right to health insurance, which is actually the precondition for access to health care. Also, Roma are discriminated against in the exercising of their health rights, and it is manifested by denial of health services and low quality of health care. So we are recommending the state should introduce procedure for monitoring and reporting on the implementation of measures of National Action Plan for Health and preventive health programs, and also to foresee and implement measures for increasing coverage of Roma children and women with preventive health services, including immunization, reproductive health services with appropriate budget allocation. As regarding to women's health and health of victims of human trafficking, we should say that women are insufficiently covered with health services regarding their reproductive health and antenatal health care. The coverage with chosen gynecologists is even lower among women that are coming from rural areas. Also, there is insufficient coverage with antenatal health care. Actually, 17% of the women that had less than 4 medical checkups during their first pregnancy. There is low rate of usage of contraception by women in the reproductive period, and unfortunately abortion is still used as birth control method, especially among married women. In addition, not a single oral hormonal contraceptive is included on the positive list of health insurance fund, so women should pay actually the full price for the contraceptives. Furthermore, restriction of women's reproductive rights can also be noted most recently with the adoption of the new law on pregnancy termination, which was adopted in very short procedure and without public consultation. And also this law imposes administrative barriers that particularly limit access to safe abortion for women that are coming from marginalized and rural communities. As regarding the women victims of human trafficking, it should be mentioned that the state does not provide financial and institutional support for ensuring the health care for the victims of human trafficking. So we are recommending the state should introduce measures for enable universal coverage of women with gynecological service in the primary health care and antenatal health care on the whole territory of the country, as well to take measures for improving the availability of contraception, such as placing the oral hormonal contraceptives on the positive list of medicine. And also, the state should provide the necessary health care for the victims of human trafficking at all levels of health care. And in the end, I would like to address the health status of the people with intellectual disability, namely people with intellectual disability above 26 years of age facing limited access to free healthcare, treatment, and also medication. Furthermore, also the law on healthcare does not allow attendant to the person with intellectual disability during their stay, when they stay in hospital care. And actually the system for assessing the specific needs of these people with intellectual disability is insufficiently developed, and it not includes the list of needs and recommendations for further treatment. Therefore, we recommend that the state should foresee legal solution to provide free of charge health care, treatment, and medication for all people with intellectual disability without age limitations and based on their inability for independent life and work. Also, to allow attendance to this person during the hospitalization without age limitations. Also, the system for assessing the specific needs of the people with physical and intellectual disabilities should include the list of recommendations for further treatment of this population. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you for your time, and also we are hoping that you will take these issues in consideration and propose a recommendation to our government on the official 18th session. Thank you.